Hi everyone, I am Lady Stars and Fire, and this is our weekly Rune cast for June 28th until July 4th. So happy Independence Day, have a wonderful weekend, and please be safe. No injuries. Please have a safe weekend. I'm not going to be shaking the bag this week. I just had a lot going on when I was doing the checking for the runes, and I knew it was going to take too long. So I'm just going to be reading them off to you and showing them to you. But before I go any further, for the beginning of the week, I was given a lot of information saying, yes, we have a lot of guiding energies with us, a lot of protective and spiritual energies trying to help guide us. But we kind of have to have a little bit more of a stasis of hospitality. That taken and that given, that shared energy, that understanding, remember, life itself, it's a gift. So I guess what it is they're saying, you know, with that more thankfulness and that more positiveness, it will manifest more for you. So try to get a little bit more into that stasis of remembering that, and that thankfulness will help you and all of us in general just to have a better presenting life for what we're wanting. I'm getting that especially for this week. And I'm also getting a little bit of greens, but mainly like the pinks and oranges. It keeps fading on me. I'm getting a lot of creativity, but what I'm seeing is orange is that creativity that they're after, and pushing it through your sensitivities and into growth. So that's why it's fading through all these colors back and forth and back and forth, but it's sticking in that orange the longest. So I'm seeing it's that creativity, but coming through your growth and through your emotional waters, just searching in and letting them come through to make that more presentable into what we're going through this week. I'm going to start off with Sowilo. Sowilo came this week in all three. It came in my Amazonite, it came in my Rhodonite. I know it looks funny when it's backwards, but I can't help it. That's how the camera does it. And it came in my Howlite, which that is going to be your spiritual, your protective energies. It also is self-love, unconditional love, truth and honesty with yourself, ouch, and with others. I just banged my elbow. Calming, loss of anxieties. So Wheelo is the sun. The sun wheel is in the air. It is that time of power being available to you for changes. We're still going on with that same from next week. We're starting to get on with this available change and that door being open so we can make these changes in our life. It points to a revelation, to that clear direction. It is that end of blockage. Focuses on matters of social success and verbal. It is a journey over water or finding of one's way. It is your navigation rune, guidance, setting goals, pursuing that path, spiritual navigation, the loss of the illusion or the loss of the ice that's stuck, can't do anything anymore. Sense of your self-worth, positive course of your action, that end of stasis, and it's starting to be the forward movement, the hope, success, achievement, your honor, education is positive, and it is of good fortune is what I'm getting. Then, la 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 la, I still have to look through my book. I will always have to look through my book. But I am getting that we're going to also have some emotional things that we're still going through, because I'm getting some pains also, which is telling me you can't force control over what you don't have control over. You just kind of got to work through it, and we'll get there. But You've got to do your work to get through there. So some of those emotional issues will still be with us from in our deep waters, but that's okay. That's how we get there. Now I have Canez. But in this time, I'm showing you them opposite directions on purpose because they came in opposite directions. In my Amazonite, which is the green one, which is in our truth and our honesty, it was coming in reverse. Which meaning in truth and honesty, some of us are going to having stoppage of our inner fires. Some of us have been lacking in our creative skills. We're in the need to learn our crafts better. We've been more like in a diseased area, sickness area, through lack of application of this. We're not putting forth that effort, not falling in love with it and really working through it. So we're maybe not getting there. And that's why it came in two different ways, because that's why I said falling in love with it, because in Rhodonite it came straight, which is the way it's normally supposed to be. Canez is the torch itself. It is the craft, it's cunning, it's fire. It is your manifestation. Just like I was saying in the beginning of the reading, when they were saying, you know, put a little bit more hospitality into it, a little bit more thank you and being hospitable to each other, because that comes with love. And that will help make that manifestation grow and get better into a positive way. It is your character. It is your personality. It points to matters of your creativity. Right? There's that orange that I'm seeing going through the pinks and the greens. Because like I said, it's like a deep, big orange that I'm seeing. And then it's kind of changing into green and then pink and then back big into orange is what I keep seeing. So it's your point. It points to the matters of creativity, of your craft. It shows your natural abilities. It's your natural skills through your own efforts. But like they say, through your own efforts. Indicates your balance cycles. So when you're out of balance, it doesn't work quite right. You've got to find your balance with your love, your acceptance, you're making peace with things. Sometimes that's forgiveness. Sometimes that's just simply sleep, rest, work, play. Balance, honey. It shows the presence of the skilled craftsmen or women and children. It is the symbol Rune of skill. But it can also mean of sexual practices, as it's a fire element. Principle of ignition. It's your start. It's your go button. Creativity expressed in form controls us and our inspiration, our knowledge, and our capabilities. The craft of skill. Craft of guides and analysis and to forge us into our human endeavors. It is the shaping and the reshaping and that reshaping of the present. But it's also fire and heat, like I said. So it can also deal with sexual creativity or children in general. So if you're not as getting on with your skills, then it's time to start getting that balance straight and get on with it, is basically what they're saying. It's time to flip that over and get it right. And start moving into that direction so you can start forwarding your life and go through that door, so to speak, that I was saying we got dealt in Hebrew earlier when I did the 6-month reading, which is that swinging door to help us go through the old and start our new lives. Jera is the last one, and it's coming in truth and honesty. It is saying, though, as we're starting to come into all of these things and we're starting to move forward, never forget, Jera is the year, the harvest, the season, earth. It is your earlier efforts being realized and promise of that success. It is timing. It is your natural cycles. It is waiting for those results. It is the harvest, patience, rewards for efforts, debts paid back, cycle of life. But it is also returning energy, outward cycle from natural flow beginning to end, putting energy into the external of things, relationships with the environment, the natural flow of things. Not going to happen like that. You got to keep working on it and slowly keep going forward, darling. But everything seems to be going wonderfully, and I just hope you have a wonderful 4th of July. Have a happy, wonderful weekend. Hugs and kisses in the wind. Bye.